Hey up, pal. Just thought I'd make this video. It's easy to put it across, I reckon. Something like that. Right, yeah, I thought I'd send you this video on prayers and how I use it in healing. I'm just going to read it first. Two seemingly different prayers from different religions. I'm going to read, the first one's the prayer of peace, Islamic prayer of peace, in English. So in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, praise be to the Lord of the universe, who has created us and made us into tribes and nations, that we may know each other, not that we may despise each other. If the enemy incline toward peace, do thou also incline toward peace, and trust in God, for the Lord is the one that heareth and knoweth all things. And the servants of God, most gracious are those who walk on the earth in humility, and when we address them, we say peace. And the next one, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Now, like I say, these two prayers, seemingly different prayers, but they originate from the ancient Aramaic, which starts off, Abun de Washmaya, Nita Kadash Shmak. Now this is the recognition of the field. O birther of the cosmos, may your name be held holy. That's the beginning of the prayer. So if we have a look at the prayer of peace, the beginning of that prayer is, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, praise be to the Lord of the universe, who has created us and made us into tribes and nations, that we may know each other, not that we may despise each other. So in the beginning of this prayer, as in the Aramaic, it's the recognition of God, in the name of Allah. And just like in the Lord's Prayer, our Father, although in the Aramaic there isn't any sex, it's not there isn't any sex, it's in the prayer it's not male or female, not masculine or feminine. But through translation, obviously people have the different takes on it, but this is how it's being set down in writing. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And the reference to earth and heaven as well is as above, so below, as within, so without. It's just this reference to what you hold inside, where your intent goes, where you focus, that's where your energy goes. But in essence, that's the recognition of the field, this first part of the prayer, in the Lord's Prayer, the Islamic prayer of peace, and in the ancient Aramaic. Now the difference between these two prayers is that is in the central part of the prayer. Now, in the prayer of peace, if the enemy incline towards peace, do thou also incline towards peace, and trust in God, for the Lord is that heareth and knoweth all things. This central part of the prayer, like in the Lord's Prayer, give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. That's the actual asking part of the prayer. That's the intention. That's what's missing. Not what's missing from the Aramaic, but they explained it to Greg Braden, who I got a lot of this information from. He's wrote books like Awakening the Power of a Modern God, amongst loads of others. He's a brilliant guy. But the central part of the Aramaic prayer, when he asked the monks, I think it was Taoist monks, I'm not quite sure. But when he asked them, they said it was the feeling. They didn't write it down because that central part of the prayer was the feeling that you had to have. The feeling inside that what you wanted had already happened, had already been manifest. The final part of the prayer is La Alam Almeen Amen, which is we hold this prayer in faith and trust and truth. And in the final part of the prayer of peace, and the servants of God, most gracious are those who walk on the earth in humility, and when we address them we say peace. In the Lord's Prayer, for thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So be it. And I think these prayers are quite similar, and I think a lot of other prayers in different books, different religions, you'll find similarities in them. And back to the ancient Nabatean, the Aramaic, Abun de Boashmaya Nita Kadash Shmak. O birther of the cosmos, may your name be held holy. And the central part of the prayer is drumming up that feeling that what you're asking for has already happened. The final part of the prayer being La Olam Almin Amen. We sign this prayer, or we seal this prayer in faith and trust and truth, giving gratitude for that what is not yet manifest on the physical plane, but is most certainly there energetically and in vibration. So how does it help us today? I use this sort of form of prayer to get rid of pain in people's bodies, and this is the structure that I use. So first of all, say someone's got knee pain, I ask in my mind, that voice inside my head, is there a trapped emotion manifesting as pain in this knee? And by asking the question, that's the recognition of the field, Allah, God, prana, chi, energy, vibration, whatever suits what you've learned, whatever feels better for you to call it inside. So that first part of the prayer is a recognition of the field, and asking, is there a trapped emotion manifesting as pain in this knee? When I get my answer, the answer will be yes, or I'll get the feeling that it's true, I should say. So the central part of the prayer, what's not written down in Aramaic, is the instructions. So I release the trapped emotion. I find out, say if the trapped emotion is anger, I release the trapped emotion of anger. Alright, manifesting in the knee. So I release the trapped emotion of anger, manifesting in the knee, with unconditional love and gratitude. That unconditional love and the gratitude is the final part of the prayer. But the central part, what I want to happen is I release the trapped emotion of anger manifesting as pain in the knee. The final part of the prayer is with gratitude, with unconditional love and gratitude, and that's the sort of fuel that powers that intent to make it happen. So I've just tried to skip over just generally what it means. I'll go into each part in a bit more depth in other videos, but this is really the general consensus of how I heal and how I see that there's quite a similarity between religions and the prayers and how we go about doing things. So we're not so different really after all. I mean, we're all human beings, aren't we? But it was the way, I think, in each of the books for each of the religions, it's the way that will be best portrayed to each individual, how they would get a feeling for it, how they'll be able to use their bodies, have abundance and health, wealth, great relationships in their life. But let me know what you think anyway. Cheers, Waj. Take it easy, pal.